What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Zero Lab. Today, we're taking a look at a new, fun, exciting deck in Pokemon TCG Pocket using Exeggutor EX with Wigglytuff EX. Both of these Pokemon are pretty tanky and have very good attacks that allow us to hopefully beat our opponents in TCG Pocket. But first, we're going to take a look at the Exeggutor EX. It has that Tropical Swing attack for 40 damage for 1 Grass Energy. And you flip a coin. If heads, this attack does 40 more damage. So 40 damage, not the best damage output, but if we flip heads, we can do 80, and doing 80 for 1 energy on turn 2 of the game is super duper strong in TCG Pocket. And that Wigglytuff EX has the Sleepy Song attack for 3 colorless energy. It does 80 damage, and your opponent's active Pokemon is now asleep. Status conditions are some of the best ways to come back in the TCG because if your Pokemon, or if your opponent's Pokemon is asleep or paralyzed, they can't attack or retreat on their next turn. Rounding out the list, we have 2 potions, 2 X speeds, a 2 Pokeball, a red card, 2 research, a 2 Ericas, a Giovanni, and 2 Sabrina. So we can tank a bunch of hits with the Exeggutor, healing it up with potions and Ericas while we power up our Wigglytuff EX on the bench, and then hope to sweep the game from there. But, whoops, went to the home screen. We're going to jump into a battle with this deck and see what we can do. I think this deck is a lot of fun and can be very, very strong in the game. And I haven't seen a ton of people playing Exeggutor, and I haven't seen a ton of people playing it specifically with Wigglytuff. I think both of these cards are very strong, and I'm excited to see what we can do in these battles today with both of them. So starting out, we have double Exeggutor in hand. We have Pokeball to go find our Jigglypuff, but we're going to need to find our evolution. So hopefully we can find a research. Hopefully we just draw into the Exeggutors soon. We are going second, so we can Seed Bomb for 20 to start the game. Looks like we're going up against a Dragonite deck. So both of us need to draw into our evolutions very quickly. The Dragonite even more so than us. So we drew into our other Pokeball. We only have 3 basics in the deck, so our second Pokeball isn't really going to do anything for us. So I'm just going to play that right away, get rid of it. We'll bench the other Execute, bench the Jigglypuff, attach it for turn onto the Execute, and then we're going to Seed Bomb into this Snorlax. Obviously, they're just using this Snorlax as a big wall so they can continue to power up their Dragonite as soon as they get there. They're going to need 4 energy on that Dragonite, and they need to find the Dragonair and the Dragonite to evolve all the way up into it. They have the potion right away to heal up that Snorlax, so that negates all the damage that we did last turn, but that's all right. Hopefully we can start drawing into our Executes and our Wigglytuffs. Our Exeggutors and our Wigglytuffs. We top deck Erica there, but no damage to heal off yet. We're going to attach for turn to the Jigglypuff and then just Seed Bomb. We're not going to red card them. They didn't have the Dragonair in hand last turn, so I don't want to red card them into that evolution. They're going to continue powering up that Dratini. There's the Dragonair. And we definitely need to be evolving into our evolutions soon to avoid the damage from that Dragonite's attack, or tank against that damage from the Dragonite's attack. Our opponent passes back over to us. We find a research. Hopefully this can draw into an evolution. Potion and Wigglytuff. All right, we got the Wigglytuff at least, so we're going to evolve that. Attach another energy to it. And then we are going to Seed Bomb again into this Snorlax. I hope they don't have the Dragonite in hand. I didn't want to red card them. They haven't played a research. They haven't played those sorts of cards yet, so hoping that they don't just have that evolution in hand, but looks like they do. So they just need 1 more energy after this turn to start attacking with that Dragonite. We 2-shot it with the Wigglytuff. And so I think we're going to do that. We're going to Sabrina up that Dragonite. Good thing we top decked that Sabrina. Then we're going to X speed out of this Execute. And then put this Dragonite to sleep and hope it stays asleep. Sleepy Song going to do 80 to this Dragonite. Put it to sleep, and if they flip tails, they're not going to be attacking next turn. Coin flip. Tails. All right, we're fine. They could potion to avoid the 2-shot, but making sure that Dragonite doesn't attack this turn is very, very good for us. See the energy attachment coming down there. X speed, not going to save that Dragonite. It cannot retreat if it's asleep. Do they have the potion? There's their own Sabrina. We're going to send up our Execute. And just a pass back to us. So we'll be able to retreat out of this Execute and attack again with the Wigglytuff to knock out that Dragonite. So we're going to retreat this first into that Wigglytuff, then we'll evolve and attach a grass to the Exeggutor EX. And Sleepy Song will take the knockout on this Dragonite. So Sleep saving us in this game from that Dragonite's super powerful Draco Meteor attack. Alright, they send up the Snorlax. And there is the concession from our opponent. So, won the first game with that Sleep. Sleep is such a strong status condition in the game. And I do think Wigglytuff needs to be played more than it is in the current standard format of TCG Pocket. But we'll send a thanks to our opponent there, and we're going to jump into a second battle, see if we can go 2-0 with this Exeggutor deck. And CoinFlip says we are going second. That's great. Second is what you want to go with most decks in TCG Pocket right now. Sadly, our hand doesn't look amazing. We'd like one of those supporters to be a research, but we'll see what we top deck. Looks like we're going up against the Onyx deck. Got the Kangaskhan that has Dizzy Punch, and you flip 2 coins. This attack does 30 damage for each heads. So if we don't draw into another basic Pokemon and they flip 2 heads with that Kangaskhan, our Jigglypuff is going to get knocked out. Sadly, we just draw into Exeggutor EX. We can Sabrina up the Onyx to protect our Jigglypuff. And then we're just going to pass. Hopefully we can start drawing a little bit better. Our Exeggutor also hits the Onyx for weakness, which is super nice. Pass back to us. Just top deck another Sabrina. All right, if our opponent gets Brock, I think we lose. Let us see. Research. All right, so they're not going to Brock this turn. That is good. Evolve into that Kabuto. Has Shell Attack, does 40 for 1 fighting. Alright, if we can draw into the Wigglytuff here, we're going to be alright. There it is! We spoke it into existence. Evolve up into that Wigglytuff EX. Attach for turn, and Sleepy Song going to knock out this Onyx. Drew into it just in time. Alright, now we need to find our Executes, because that's what we want to be attacking with in this matchup. We're weak to fighting, they're weak to grass. We'll balance it out. Waiting for our opponent here. They send up that Kabuto. They've got a pretty big hand now, so I think we will probably red card them next turn, depending on what we see here. Kabutops coming into play. Does 50 damage to us. Wow, that Leech Life attack is crazy. They're going to be healing 70 a turn. So we definitely need to put them to sleep. And they're 2-shotting our Wigglytuff, which is not good for us. All right, we get the research. We definitely need to draw into our Exeggutors here. We have 2 Pokeballs, 2 Exeggutors in deck. There's the Pokeball to find the Exeggute. That's super good. We have a potion to heal up the Wigglytuff a little bit. We have the Exeggutor in hand. So we're doing all right now. I'm going to red card them this turn. They had a pretty big hand, and I don't want to get red carded by them. Potion going to heal up our Wigglytuff, so we're not getting 2-shot now. And then we're hoping that this Kabutops stays asleep. If this Kabutops stays asleep, we win this game. If it doesn't, they heal off pretty much all the damage we just did to them with that Leech Life attack. That's crazy. All right, they do flip heads on that sleep. And we'll see what they choose to do here. But yeah, that Leech Life attack, healing 70 per turn is crazy. Because they're hitting us for weakness. They're doing 50 to us. And they heal the same amount of damage you did to the opposing Pokemon. So they're doing 70 to us. They heal 70. Wild. Touch for turn coming down onto that Kangaskhan. And Leech Life going to do 70 to us, heal 70. And we'll draw for turn. Let's see. Do I want to risk putting the Kabutops to sleep again and hope that they don't flip heads? Or do I just swing with the Exeggute here? I think we just swing with the Wigglytuff and hope that they don't wake up. Tails. All right. We made the right call. It was a 50-50 shot. They hadn't played any Sabrinas yet, which is why I didn't really want to just retreat out into the Exeggute, because it would be pretty easy for them to just Sabrina the Wigglytuff back up. Most likely, if they do play Sabrinas in their deck. But going back into flipping for the sleep, they're passing back to us. They do wake up, but a little bit too late for them there. I am actually going to retreat out of this Wigglytuff now and force them to use a Sabrina, because they can KO our Wigglytuff with that Kangaskhan. So we're going to retreat into the Exeggute. We do one-shot the Kabutops now, even if we don't flip heads. On the Tropical Swing. And we don't flip heads, but we do hit them for weakness, so we'll do 60 here and knock out that Kabutops. And now we just need to take our last prize. We have Erika's to heal up this Exeggutor EX as this Kangaskhan starts to do damage to us. So I think we're going to be in a totally fine spot. Dizzy Punch going to come down from our opponent, flipping 2 coins. Does 30 for each heads. There's 1 heads and 1 tails. All right. So doing 30 to us. We're going to save those Ericas. We don't need them yet. We are going to research here, though. Pokeball and an X speed. Play the Pokeball. I don't think we're actually going to bench this Exeggute, though. We're going to play around some Sabrina strats from our opponent. Because if they can double Sabrina, like if we Sabrina, or if we bench that and they Sabrina it and knock it out, and then they have a second Sabrina to KO our Wigglytuff, that would be game. So I think we're just going to Tropical Swing here. And we hit heads. All right, so we just win next turn pretty much no matter what, unless they retreat out of this Kangaskhan. But then we do have Sabrina in hand, so I think we're in a good spot no matter what. Second Kangaskhan coming down. Probably going to see the retreat out of this Kangaskhan into that benched one. There's the retreat. Dizzy Punch, gonna do 30 per heads again. We'll see how many heads they can flip this time. 1 heads, 1 tails. All right, doing another 30 to our Exeggutor, but that is going to be the game. We can just Sabrina up that benched Kangaskhan and take our 3rd prize card. Just got to select the Sabrina. There it is. And Tropical Swing will get the knockout. And we flipped heads also. A little overkill, but that is fine. So 2-0 with the Wigglytuff Exeggutor deck. I think this is a very simple deck. I think it's very strong, and I think those 2 games really showed how strong this deck can be. I haven't seen a ton of people playing it, but I hope to see more people playing it now as we bring more attention to it. But if you like this video, don't forget to like it. Comment down below what you thought of it. Comment down any other decks that you'd like to see us play on the channel or any other videos you'd like us to make. And don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next video.